Hey, good evening. It's Matt again, playing Immaculate Grid and going for low time, low rarity. And I'm going to play grid 541 here in honor of David Ortiz, Big Poppy, who hit 541 career home runs. We'll see if we can work him into one of the grids here. I'm going to share my screen. We'll roll right into it. This was today's grid. We'll just go back in time one, hit play now, hit go, and away we go. Well, I think he had 2,000 hits. I don't know if he was an all-star with Minnesota. I don't think he was. So I'm going to play him here. All right, cool. Otis Dixon works up here. Probably should have held on to that one. Eddie Murray. And let's go Pujols for 2,000 hits. Um, Blyleven hits these teams. Bonilla hits these teams. And Honus Wagner over 2,000 hits, over 3,000 hits. I'm sure Carew made all-star teams and Ripken made all-star teams. If I can spell his name right, we'll complete a grid in 57 seconds. Same rarity as 542. I think that was the same rarity. I had the most popular one for Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Manny Machado leading the way for Baltimore and LA, traded during the 2018 season. Pujols, Clemente, much more popular than Wagner. And you get Ripken here. But I got a chance to work in Big Poppy for .8. So yay me. Let's hit, we're gonna hit refresh, do a stop share, and a reshare, and find the right grid. And we're not gonna refresh, we're gonna hit there. All right, 2,000 hits is a fun one because it's like, it's just a little bit, it's a little bit less. The people in the 2,000 hit club aren't quite as well known. As an example, though, let's try out Todd Zeal for .3. He has like 2003 career hits, so I like to use him. Baltimore and Pittsburgh, I believe this is a Raleigh Hemsley combination, .05. Let's see here. Can we come up with somebody semi-obscure to get to 2,000 hits and play in Pittsburgh? Maybe not play that long in Pittsburgh. I'm just gonna sneak over here and grab Pat Mears for .7. Let's see. I'm sure Archie Vaughn works. Um, Wagner, Wayner. I think McCutcheon has gotten there. I don't think Carl Santana's gotten there. Too many walks. Um, Stargel's got to work. Kiner almost certainly does not work because he only played 10 years, and that would be 200 hits a year, so no way he works. I don't think Burnitz gets there. He comes into Pittsburgh for a little bit. Derek Lee is kind of a maybe. He plays about 15 years. Some of them kind of partial injury years, so Derek Lee's kind of a maybe for me. Um, Mazeroski probably plays long enough that he does get there, despite not being that prolific a hitter. I'm not sure on Giles. He drew a lot of walks. How about, actually, we'll go with our guy Kenny Lofton. Played about half the 2003 season with Pittsburgh. Takes 1.0. 1.0. All right. I'm going to go up here and get Doyle Alexander because he was in the Frank Robinson trade. Frank Robinson from the Orioles to the Dodgers. Really should have held on to Otis Nixon here. Let's see if we can come up with someone else. Well, I'm trying to do that. Um, where should I go for these All-Stars? Actually, Raleigh Helmsley, I think, works for the All-Stars, All-Star team as well. Go ahead and say Randy Myers made the All-Star team in '97. Big year, fourth in the MVP voting. Be weird if he didn't. 2,000 hits, making an All-Star team at some point. Cecil Cooper played in the All-Star game. He was also just over 2,000 hits. He's a Brewer, so I like him. Point one. Ron Coomer made an All-Star team. I remember because there's a whole hoopla about how he made it over A-Rod because the Twins needed an All-Star. It wasn't that big a hoopla. It was just a thing on probably ESPN. All right, that leaves Minnesota and LA. I did Otis Nixon for point three. I don't know if I'm going to top that. They share the 1965 World Series. Um, let's see. This is not going to be a Malone or Roberto Hernandez combo. Jamie Wright doesn't work. Dave Winfield doesn't work. I think it's the Twins don't sign a lot of big stars, so it would be coming the other way. It would be someone that LA probably would have signed or traded for from Minnesota. Um, who else? Who else? Second base, first base. Mankiewicz, Todd Walker. I'm not sure. Uh, Bryce Smalley as well, or Vaselas. Burt Blyleven isn't going to work. Brad Radke, Carl Pavano, Joe Nathan, Rick Aguilera. These are all names, all great names, great baseball names. They don't work. None of them work. Um, Gallo was the most popular at 19%. Um, oh, this isn't going to be a Pat Borders combo this time. He did not play for the Dodgers. What if it's like a Greg Zahn combo? I keep meaning to like actually look at Greg Zahn's career. I don't know if it's LaTroy Hawkins maybe. Does he spend time in LA? I know Guillermo Mota does, but does he spend time in Minnesota? I don't think we're gonna get Kubel, Hunter, Willingham, just going through outfielders. There's no Puckett. Gagne is gonna work. Greg Gagne. Um, he was with the Twins for a long time. This might not be a very good one, but I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah, it took 4%. Lofton took one, everyone else combined for two. It's all right. He's probably a top five pick there. Um, who should I have thought of? Okay, I wasn't gonna get either of those guys. Tommy I could have gotten. Heine Manesh works. Okay. I think I knew that. Henry Blanco I could have gotten. He's a former Brewer. Coomer works. Oh my God, Jack Doyle. Looked up his career just the other day for all his stolen bases. But Doyle and Patsy Donovan, same number of career stolen bases, both with very Irish names. Both would have worked. All right. Well, that's all right. I would have known that about 8 days ago, I think. So, because I think that's how many stolen bases they had. Anyway, thanks so much for playing along with me. I'm gonna stop sharing here, and I'll be back at it within the game tomorrow. Might be an earlier one, just depending on my schedule. All right, now, peace.